Xiomy here. So today I wanted to do the 25 bookish facts about me. Now this was once a tag, and then it just started circulating, and I think it forgot being a tag. But I'm gonna try and link the original video down below just in case. But I wanted to give you my 25 bookish facts, so let's get into this video. Fact number 1 is I have to read one book at a time. I cannot read 2 or 3 books at a time unless it's an audiobook. Then yes, I might do it, but I have to read one book at a time because I have to analyze that book. I have to submerge myself in the world of that book, and I just have to be one with that book. And if I start reading 2 books, it'll happen what happens to me when I watch TV series. Sometimes I merge TV series together. I'm like, wait, didn't this happen? Like, oh wait, that was the other TV series. So that's why I just concentrate on one book, because I can't switch between one book and another. I praise those people who actually do that, but honestly I can't. It just, my mind doesn't function that way. The next fact about me is that my first ever fandom was the Mortal Instruments. I love the Mortal Instruments since it was a trilogy, and then when I found out there was going to be a series, I was just thrilled and just awed. And then when I found out that they were going to do other spin-offs from this Shadowhunter realm, as I like to call it, I was just simply starstruck, because I was like, oh my god, I love these books and I love Cassandra Clare's writing. And this was my first ever fandom, and Jace was my first ever book boyfriend. So yeah, I just really love the Shadowhunter realm. The next one is I love reading fantasy books. Is one of the genres that I really do love to read, but contemporary has been creeping up a little bit lately, and I am enjoying contemporary, something that I thought that I was never ever going to enjoy. But I'm venturing off into these unknown worlds of different genres, and I'm actually quite enjoying them, so it's been a very good ride. The next one is I hate love triangles unless they're done really beautiful. That's the only way that I'll actually like love triangles. The one that I can say is The Kiss of Deception. Oh my goodness, I really loved that love triangle because it was a guessing game, and it was just done so beautifully and so magnificent, and I actually did enjoy it. I take notes when I read about personal character traits, qualities, things that are important, facts that are important, because I like to go back to them. I currently have everything in this notebook. Every single, I don't know if you can see it, but every single like tab that's sticking out those are books that I've read. I don't take notes of every single book. Sometimes I just read a book to read it and to enjoy it and to just appreciate how beautiful the book is. But like 90% of the time I will take notes, just so I can go back and remember certain things and certain aspects from that book. When I read, I always look for a quote that will merge basically the entire outcome of the story with the book, or just a quote that really captivates me and really draws my attention. I love reading about friendship and about strong female characters. Those are the 2 things that I really do love within books. The next one is I've been updating my status on Goodreads page quite often lately. Before I didn't update it at all, but now I'm entering Goodreads like every single day, and I'm updating it constantly. So I'll read a book, and like 100 pages in, I'll say what I'm thinking about this book. So, and I always review my book, so I always write a review about that book, whether it be minimal, or I just want to fangirl about the book, or I just want to throw all my feelings about that book. I'll do it on Goodreads. 99% of my books are bought online. I live in a tropical island where I get constantly reminded that we are not a culture that reads, and I constantly fight with this, honestly, because we don't have bookstores, and we have book sections that are brought. It's really minimal, very short books that are being brought. Every now and then a book might surprise me, but 99% of my books are bought online. To me, books are a gateway to escape from my regular mundane life. It's one of the reasons why I love fantasy, because they just submerge me into a different realm and just take me away from my stress. I grew up reading R.L. Stine's books, which is something that I find ironic nowadays, because I used to love reading about horror and supernatural beings and supernatural things and ghosts and whatnot. And right now in the stage of my life, if I even dare read a horror book, I will cower in hiding. Honestly, I am a yellow belly coward who cannot read horror anymore. And funny, I can't even watch a horror movie because I'll be thinking about it for 3 days. I won't even be able to sleep. You might find what I'm gonna say funny, but I once traded in a CD player for a book. I do love watching movie adaptations of books. I enjoy them, I love them, and it's just something that I really love to do. And I love to nitpick and be like, wait, that wasn't from the book, that was from the book. Oh my god, I have these bookish feelings. And sometimes I can say that, you know, the book was better than the movie, and sometimes I've said that the movie is better than the books. On rare occasions. That does happen, people. That does happen. If I start a series, I have to finish it. I'm not one of those people that's like, no, but I'm gonna leave it there because I don't want it to end. No, I have to start it and I have to finish it. I can't start a series and not finish it because I need to know what's gonna happen. I need to know the ending. My brain functions that way. I need to know how it started and I need to know how it ended. And I might have a reading slump afterwards. I might cry. I might bicker. I might complain. But I need to start it and I need to finish it. I can't pause in between to savor the moment. I have to finish it. I just have to finish it. I still haven't found that one book that I can say, I love this book. This book is the best book I've ever read. I've read this book 15 times and I'll continue reading it until the end of my day. Sometimes I watch other booktubers and they're like, oh, I've read this book 15 times, 16 times because I just love it. It's so fascinating, it's so lovely. And I wish I could find that one book that I can say that about, because I do have a lot of books that I love, but I don't have that one book that I'm like, I love you book. You and I, you complete me. You give me so many feelings, so many emotions. I would love to find a book like that to actually savor that moment, but I still haven't found that one book yet. I love books with maps in them. I'm obsessed with maps. If a book has a map, I'll stare at it for 15 minutes. I'm not joking. I love books with maps in them. I explore every region and I'm like, oh, this is so interesting and so beautiful. So I'm obsessed with books with maps. 80% of the time, I read a book by its cover. And it's wrong, but I'm a very visual person. So if something aesthetically attracts me, I will venture towards it and I'll be like, I have to have you. You are so beautiful. I enjoy reading both ebooks and physical books. I don't mind one or the other. I snack while I read, and sometimes I'm so careful because I don't want to get one single crumb on my books. I also drink coffee or water when I'm reading books, so those are the two drinks that I alternate through. I read sitting on my bed, in my car, and rarely, on very rare special occasions, I'll read in stores or at Starbucks. It'll be very rare when I actually do that because I'm always reading like in my house, in my room, or in my car when I'm, you know, waiting for something. I don't mind if it's paperback or hardcover. I can have both. I honestly won't mind. I can have a series and it can alternate between paperback and hardcover, and I honestly won't mind because as long as I have the book, you know, I have the book. I don't like to bend the spine of a book. Bend or crack the spine. I don't like it. And it's funny because sometimes you have me reading and I'll be reading like this. I'll be like, wait, you know, and I'll be struggling because I do not like to break or bend the spines. I don't read with the dust jacket on. I always have to take it off. I don't like to fold, bend, or mistreat any of the dust jackets because they're so beautiful. Like I said, I am very visual, so I read without the dust jacket. And the final bookish fact about me is that I have a lot of book boyfriends because I love to have imaginary characters as my boyfriends. So yeah, that's very beautiful, right? They're just so lovely and so beautiful. I actually wish they would actually exist in real life. But hey, we can't have everything we want, right? Well, that's it for my video today. Those are my 25 bookish facts about me. I want to thank you for watching, and until next time.